Do you struggle to draw the body in proportion? Have you drawn a person before and found that their head is too big or their legs are too small? In today's clip, I will take you step by step through how to draw the human form using construction guidelines. You can also access worksheets to accompany this clip by clicking on the link below in the description. So let's get into drawing the human form. So in order to draw a body accurately, you need to understand the body, which means you need to understand the anatomy. And that is why when we're drawing the body, we're going to use the skeleton as the base for our drawing. So I'm going to start by drawing lines linking to each of the key points of the skeleton. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you want to download this worksheet to help you sketch as I am doing now, you are welcome. And it takes you straight to the Spectrum Art Academy, where you can join the Spectrum Art Academy Members Club. So if you want to do that, you will be able to access lots of free resources. So back to the sketching. I have sketched the head and I have sketched the rib cage, and these are basic geometric shapes on which you can then build all the muscle tone onto these basic shapes. If you wanted to draw the skeleton, then of course you could do, but these are just basic geometric shapes on which you are going to add all of your muscle tone. And obviously that won't be detailed either. So this would be a quick sort of 5-minute sketch in which you will get your shapes accurately. So I'm now adding sort of ball shapes for the shoulders. I'm now measuring the arms. And then I will have ball joints for the elbows. Here, where I'm drawing the hand, there was a bit of foreshortening, which is where the arm was at a strange angle. So we didn't get as far as doing the elbow because the arm was at a strange angle where the arm was kind of coming towards me. And I'm zooming out now. This is obviously drawn on an iPad. It was easier because I want to show a before and after of drawing the skeleton and after. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So I'm now doing the leg. The leg is obviously going off at an angle. And then I'm coming down towards the foot. I'm just drawing an outline shape because when you're at this stage, you don't want to add detail. You just want to draw the basic shapes. You want to save as much time as possible. And at this stage, we are just making sure that we are getting everything in the right place. So there I have my skeleton shape. And I'm going to change my colour of pencil and start to draw all the muscle tone on top. So now I'm drawing the muscle tone, and on this you will see that it's drawn around the skeleton shape, and hopefully now you can see why drawing that initial skeleton shape is starting to take form and is starting to make sense. I'm just drawing the outline of the skull, which is pretty much going to be the same. I'm now going to draw along. You'll see the shoulders are extending a little bit down on the outline of the arms. So whilst I'm zoomed in at this top area, I will start to sketch in the face because it's quite difficult drawing these detailed areas with a pen, an Apple pen. So I'm just going to sketch these in. I'm not going to add much detail because obviously we're just at the initial sketching stage. If you were going to have a detailed drawing, you would obviously add that, and when you had more time, maybe with a mechanical pencil. So I'm just sketching in the hairline, indicating those areas very lightly, sketching that in. And now I'm going to zoom out and draw the rest of the figure. So now I'm drawing around the outline of the arms. You'll see the muscle tone at the top. And I'm coming into the waist. Now, I chose the female skeleton because I thought it would be interesting to show the female form and to see how we go in at the waist and come out at the hip area. We will be doing a male, not skeleton, but we'll be doing a male form in a bit just to show the difference. You will see also where the hips is in line with the shoulders, whereas with the male skeleton, the shoulders are wider. So we'll discuss that a bit later. But there are some obviously differences between the male and the female form. And we're now sketching down past the knee joint and we're coming out a little bit in the leg to indicate that muscle. And we're now going around the foot, around the base of the foot, up towards the ankle. Again, coming out, and then around the knee. And then we're coming around at the top to indicate the top of the thigh. And then those wider hips. And then around the base of the foot. So notice that we've got a bit more muscle tone on that skeleton. See the difference in the shape. So I hope you can see how useful using construction lines in relation to the skeleton are in drawing the human form. So now we're going to have a go at looking at those construction lines in relation to an image. This photocopy or this image is available on that link that I put in the description below. So you can download this image on the Spectrum Art Academy website. The link is in the description below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the construction lines on top of the image. And then if you wanted to do so, you can do the same, or you can get any image of your own and do the same. So what I'm doing is I'm starting to add the rib cage here. And then I'm starting to put that base at the bottom of the rib cage to indicate where the rib cage is. Then I'm going to add the circular shapes to indicate the top of the arms, which you could use to reference your shoulders. And then I'm adding the pelvic shape. And sometimes I add circular shapes there to indicate where I would like the leg bones to go. So whilst I'm zoomed in, I'm going to start drawing the arms. So I'm drawing some circular shapes for the elbows. And I've started to sketch in the hands and the rest of the arms. This is a really useful activity to do on several photocopies so that you can get an idea of the proportions and how you would start to sketch out shapes if you're practicing sketching out your shapes. So I'm now going to zoom out and do the legs. And that's the backbone there going down to the pelvis, and then doing the knees, the upper leg bones, and the feet. And then the lower leg bones. Choose a different colour. And now going to sketch the female skeleton. So start by doing the head. Now notice that her chin is more pointed than the man's chin, and she will have a more slender neck than his. So I'm just going to do the backbone going down the centre. There is her rib cage, and we've got the base there. And I'm now doing a line to indicate where her breasts will start or finish, whatever way you want to look at it. There are the circular areas to indicate where the shoulders will be, circles for the elbows, lines for the top half of the arms, lines for the bottom half of the arms. And if we zoom out, we can start looking at the bottom half. And there's her hands. Start sketching those in. And we're going to sketch the pelvis, which is obviously wider than the male pelvis because obviously women can bear children, so their pelvises need to be wider. And I've sketched in the areas there for the legs to go in, the ball sockets, joints, whatever you want to call them. And now I've sketched her breasts in. Now the best rule of thumb here is to do a teardrop shape. Now obviously because she's facing frontwards, we're not getting the best aspect of showing the teardrop shape outline, silhouette shape. If you were drawing this from the side, the teardrop rule or ratio would work much better. So experiment with doing this, especially if you want to experiment more with drawing the female form. So now I've sketched the legs in. And I've just noticed that I've missed something. So I'm going to go and finish off the male one. If this is a technique that you feel you would like to pursue further, I would go through magazines, obviously magazines that are yours or ones that are old magazines, and practice as many of these as possible, because this is a really good way to improve your human form drawing technique and to get an idea of where all the proportions are. I really hope that you enjoyed today's clip, and if you would like to pursue this further, go and look at the link in the description below and download those free worksheets. There are also other worksheets if you want to go and look at those on the Spectrum Art Academy website. And if you enjoyed this clip, then make sure you check out more clips like this in the watercolour playlist. Don't forget to look in the description below for details of products used in today's clip. And if you would like to tell me of ideas that you would like to see in the future, then please tell me in the comments below. Finally, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of future content.